The world of Pokemon is not just fun and games. They have eternal feuds like Zangoose and Seviper, predators like Hitmore hunting Durant to feed. Then you also have Tinkaton, who just knocks Corviknight out of the sky for fun. And one of these interactions might be the reason why you've never seen this Pokemon before. So hey, I'm Not So Ace Trainer, and what about Glimmora? Let's get into it. In my last video, I discussed the reasons behind me believing we actually have the baby turtle with us. In fact, why pretty much everyone actually has the baby turtle, and you should check that out if you haven't already. But basically, I base myself on a part of the website that mentions that it can turn itself into a jewel when feeling threatened. My reasoning as to why it would feel threatened was that ever since the Emperor of Paldea started doing expeditions to Area Zero, ever since 2000 years in the past, that their habitat was no longer peaceful or safe. But there might be another reason for it. These games, Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet, seem to talk a lot about evolution. I mean, all Pokemon games talk about evolution in their own way, Pokemon evolve after all, but this specific one even added a new category of Pokemon with convergent forms like Toedscool and Wiglet. The paradox Pokemon are, to me, how people believe Pokemon to have evolved from and what they will evolve to. Terapagos also reminds me of the Galapagos, a place that helped Charles Darwin tremendously in creating his natural selection theory and, consequentially, his famous Origins of the Species book, so a lot of parallels with evolution. And so, with the natural selection theory in mind that says that species that adapt to their environment are more likely to survive, I see what the baby turtle does, turning itself into a jewel when feeling threatened, as exactly that, a way to survive. But what if the expeditions have nothing to do with it? When we enter Area Zero for the first time with Arven, Nemona and Penny, we face specific Pokemon as we go down the crater. Most of them are paradox Pokemon, Pokemon native to the crater that, apart from being mysterious, could also be pretty territorial since they exist mostly unbothered down there. But the first of all is Glimmora. Glimmora has been a bit of a mystery ever since we've seen it due to not only its strange appearance but its overall connection to the crater. While Glimmora can be found outside the crater, Glimmora can only be found in the wild deep down in Area Zero or in Terra raids. If that wasn't enough, its Pokédex entry in Pokemon Violet states, Glimmora's petals are made of crystallized poison energy. It has recently become evident that these petals resemble Terra jewels. Species don't only adapt in order to protect themselves. Sometimes, species adapt in order to become better predators. And I think that is what's happening here. The rise of Glimmora in the crater, probably a long time ago, led to the survival mechanism of the baby turtle to become active. Glimmora's resemblance to Terra jewels, something that I think the baby turtle actually is, might be a way to attract prey and attack them after. In fact, the rise in its population might be what kickstarted Terra raids in the Paldea region by pushing the baby turtle outside of the Great Crater of Paldea. I would even argue that the fact that Glimmora's petals are made of crystallized poison and maybe used to hunt baby turtles, that these turtles are fully or partially fairy type. But that's not all, and I promised myself I was done talking about this. I promised myself I was done talking about Geeta. I talked about Geeta being evil, then I switched back on it to kickstart a 4 theory series that you can watch up there, but I can help it. Could Geeta be involved in all of this? Geeta is connected to Glimmora. There's no way around it. It is her ace Pokemon. The only people that have access to the technology needed for the Terra Orb are the Pokemon League and the Academy. Academy that has Geeta as the chairwoman of the school board. She's a higher up, pretty much the highest up in both organizations. If the baby turtle is the Terra Jewel, could all that is happening be caused by Geeta introducing more Glimmora into Area Zero in order to push the baby turtle out? That makes it so she can keep catching them and producing more and more Terra Orbs. If the Pokemon League really is the backer for the professor's research in Area Zero, could she have used the professor's obsession to gather as much power as she could? And are we a part of it every single time that we gather Terra energy from Terra Dens and trade it for League points, a currency that was created by the Pokemon League? And that is all I have for you today. The baby turtle is the Terra Jewel and Glimora is hunting it, I'm sure of it. But what about you? How do you feel about Glimora? Let me know in the comments down below. And now, like the video if you like it, dislike if you don't, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more Pokemon content and also ring the bell so you know when the next video is out. You can follow me on social media and Twitch, in there Wednesday to Sunday, not Saturday, or join our Discord, all the links are in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all on the next one.